Guys, it looks like BMAS heard you. You were not impressed with what he delivered in the game against Big, but this time around on Train, he stepped it up alongside coldzera to make the magic happen. A 16-9 scoreline in FaZe's favor on NiP's map pick of Train. It did not look good for the Ninjas here. They were outclassed on every level of it. We go on to Mirage next, and my oh my, I thought Jacob was losing his mind, but he might be onto something here right now.
I'm going to let him just gloat and float and gloat. That's his moment to shine. He was right. The prediction was right. No, listen, I think two things need to be considered here, two dimensions. The first one is the clutch in the first half, and these were massively in favor of FaZe, and this is where you could really see that experience shine through. We've seen coldzera win clutches. We've seen other players as well. These bomb plant situations. At the beginning, in the first 6 rounds, FaZe defused the bomb 3 times. These are very, very pivotal rounds, very key rounds, super tight, and FaZe, got the better of it. And then when you flip over to the second half, the problem was I felt like NiP just gave too much space to FaZe. I think they were a bit too comfortable with them. And you could see just FaZe, when they start to go, I have this round in mind where they go out of B upper, and you just see Rain rushing, and then 2 quick headshot, and you're done. And that was so impressive.
Do you guys want me to say something? I should have just sit here and be still.
It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Well, rather than say anything, Pimp, right? Why don't you start giving some of this magic drawing that you can do for us? Why don't you give us your stat helix this time around, mate?
Let's get to it, right? Because I think FaZe Clan actually played a pretty well CT side. They were very diverse. They're being very proactive, and this is a great showcase of it. Now we're gonna play out the round, and you see Nico. He's gonna get an initial kill. He's gonna have him over here towards Hampus, winning out the initial duel. That's always a good thing. Nico gets a kill right here. That's great. Now in the meantime, look down here towards Ivy. What happened? coldzera is now boosted up in this position, and we can actually fast forward a little bit because nothing is gonna happen. Now what is going to happen is that. Just go a little bit back. Brokey, he's going to throw a second smoke for coldzera so he can keep this position. That is some good team play right there in coldzera. He's good in this position. He gets a kill. Alrighty, we can fast forward. Well, coldzera, he doesn't give any chance of actually reacting, right? coldzera is just going to push down towards Ivy, all the way in towards T-spawn, and even though NiP still have 40 seconds left to play with right here, he's now gained so much map control that FaZe can put themselves in a good position. coldzera is going to come in with a flank, get a kill towards Plopsky, and we don't really have to see the minimap anymore. We can just watch the point of views that I've also created together with my editor out there. Now, Nico getting the first kill, always a great opening, but this boost down towards Ivy, that is what's so great from coldzera. He's sitting here in a good position. He's getting another smoke from his teammate. Look how he's waiting for it. He's waiting for it, and there you go. Goes up, peeks again, and now he has the balls also to push through the smoke and gain even more map control. That is the coldzera we used to see in MIBR when they were at their best, constantly being proactive, constantly figuring out where can I push, when can I not, and if you can find that level of play within FaZe Clan as well, that is such a great asset to have to your team. He reads the game so well, and there was some nice, well done play by FaZe Clan right here.
And now going on to Mirage, guys, I am extremely scared for NiP because if you get that level of FaZe Clan, the individuals putting up the numbers, NiP's just going to be blown out of the water here. Where is the hope for NiP right now, Maniac?
Listen, we are definitely in a very comfortable territory for FaZe. The only thing is I haven't really seen BMAS on that Mirage, so I don't really know where he fits in and how he slots in. But if I'm just looking at FaZe's result, there is a sea of green results. And I'm talking about win versus Fnatic, I'm talking about win versus Na'Vi, there's G2 in there's Mars Sports, NiP as well.
Legit.
So all the lights are green. All the lights are green if you FaZe, and I think it's going to require a massive reaction from NiP. Again, in terms of philosophy, I want to see them a bit more aggressive. I want to see take the fight to FaZe and not respect them.
BMAS well, on Mirage. It's gonna be very interesting, James.
It really is, Pimp. We're going to go to a break, but this could be it for NiP unless they step it up beyond belief on Mirage. We'll see you guys in just a few moments because this game is going to be one that you won't want to miss.
All right, so we've got the FaZe Clan sitting one map up, and it was in pretty damn dominant fashion. Will they get the 2-0, though? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
Yeah, it's a good question. I did be clear. We spent a lot of time talking that match, and I think we missed a round where FaZe were able to, or missed a plant. I remember looking at the plant, it was like 4 seconds on the clock. Didn't get the bomb down, they lost the round. And yeah, sorry about that, guys. Really, really sorry about that. we'll pay more attention in this next map. And the other comment that I think was misconstrued was that I said NiP have the same amount of talent as FaZe and then refuted myself. No, I said NiP have enough talent to win this game, but play a similar style to FaZe. If they do that, they'll always be one step behind. And we saw on Train, everybody lighting up on FaZe. And if that happens again, of course, it's going to be tough because if you play like the other team, but you're not as good, you're always going to be living in their shadow. So we'll see what happens in the rest of this series, if we even get a third map. But it looks like FaZe today are so much better than we've seen from the rest of the group stages at Masters.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous to think of the kill count that BMass just puts up after following what was, a near empty-handed game versus Big. So that to me is really, I'm done talking about that one because this is very clearly him back in form and doing what he did well enough for FaZe to even pick him up to begin with. So, the question mark around BMass is gone. And now you said that, NiP, they're still going to forever be in that shadow if they can't catch up to FaZe. And don't forget for a moment that these players have been casting shadows for years now. The experience on FaZe Clan should always be enough, especially as the form of the individuals who have that experience is not in question. coldzera looked great today.
Yeah, so Mirage can be the great equalizer for a lot of teams. We know the skill set tools for NiP. We know the tools for FaZe as well. And it could all be left on the table here. But I don't know. How do you feel about NiP on this map? Do you think that we're seeing a third after that first map or no?
After that first map,
feeling like no now.
Yeah, I kind of want to just call it 2-0. I want to say that FaZe, because they have looked good in this online realm of Counter-Strike, I'm hoping that the series versus Big is more a result of Big's direct preparation and Big's ability to, again, perform well with time in between games. So I want to say that's what that was. That was Big defeating FaZe, not FaZe beating themselves. And now today we've got FaZe back and providing what they do, which is top tier Counter-Strike. So NiP, they've had promise, but I don't know. On an individual level, they just looked outclassed in that first map.
Yeah, and that was with Rain, 13 frags on the map, 66 ADR, but having an extraordinary T-side to get them through some of the entries. All right, so here we go. Let's see what they can do on Mirage. See if we can get a better version of NiP. Of course, the pick of FaZe, this is going to be strong for them. They already won NiP's map pick, ready for the 2-0. Loser is eliminated from Masters.
Yeah, that one's going to sting. Winner continues on the journey of the lower bracket. Let's get into this one. Don't blink, Mohan. Little Glock tap. That one shot serves as the warning sign for what is the all-in from FaZe Clan. But they haven't checked Hampus. He's got this back corner. Good for the one execute. But then he falls. Twist. Peeks back into the marketplace. That reload. Little awkward reload there as he spams through smoke. That definitely could have cost him. Didn't seem like he was ready for another follow-up fight. So FaZe, 4 versus 2 in the post plant. Holding it back from a distance, and with coldzera having gotten his hands on the US key, it all gets easier. Knock, trying to clutch with what he can, but he's already down to the 50% HP. Little bit of damage back the other way. This one is done for. FaZe Clan pick up first pistol.
We're seeing a lot less action towards A these days, a lot more. It's a lot more even towards the B site. There's a lot of memes for the B site players, how you're basically just sitting there for 5 rounds, and then one team will rush, and then because you haven't warmed up, you'll just get destroyed. They'll get the bomb down, you can't retake. But these days, there's a lot more hits towards B, so we're seeing a lot more ladder and doubling up on B, ladder room control, and holding on to retake positions. We saw this be a problem for G2 yesterday. They figured it out ultimately. But yeah, on the A site, it's retakeable, so players can be on flex more often. Now, FaZe, they are setting up for the full A attack. This time it's an anti-force buy. I think they know that NiP are going to try to buy into this, but they've got a connector split coming as well.
Mollies go deep to prevent anybody from throwing themselves through the smoke. And for the moment, that's not the plan. Plopsky, he sat back, but this could cost him because Rain's going to come around the jungle corner. And sure enough, he starts to unravel this A site. But just because he kills the player inside of jungle doesn't mean the threat is gone. There are still 3 CTs within the A site, and Hampus comes over with a crucial kill. You can't help but feel like maybe they were going to rock that bomb back with the position of Rain, but having lost him, they decide to come back to A. Now, things really get scary because in that little minute moment, we actually had Nock get ever closer to the ramp. He is right on the exit of it, and he's got 2 Ts ahead of him. Still a player underneath the balcony, and then as well, we have that scout still in the mix with Twist, back on ticket, ready for these opening duels, but it's Nock in with just the 1 frag off of the Deagle. So they've killed 3 people at this A site. Do they anticipate a 4th? Rez, he is sitting here. He hears Nico. He gets that first headshot, doubles up on the damage. Hampus lends a helping hand, but coldzera brings it back. And the 1 versus 1, Cold versus Hampus, Deagle versus AK, 10 seconds left over, and Hampus is going to take a bunch of damage, but the grenade does just as much. And Cold, he's going to plant this. He gets it in. Now the retake has to happen. Hampus needs the headshot, and coldzera's giving it to him. The chances are there, but he moves. He doubles back to the side of triple, and he takes the head clean off. It's FaZe Clan converting, despite the best efforts of that A stack.
And that's why NiP's always scary, of course. You know, that was actually a really nice A split to start things off, getting Rain in the window, flanking the connector player, taking advantage of the fact that NiP don't want to play mid on a force up, and then using a small fake to also commit to A as well, holding on to all these positions in case they push. So they did their best to get a lot of information, opening kill as well. And now FaZe are out to mid. It is an easier round than the last, but a lot of great damage done there for NiP that'll count as we move forward in this half.
Easy dealing with the catwalk play. Nothing at all here for Ninjas. So solid conversion from FaZe. This is going to be the 3-0 start. Hampus lucky to be alive as he takes further damage. Maybe a reposition will do him some good. We did see the banger through the murder hole just last round, but he disengaged. Instead, trying to find Brokey.
Yeah, anything that he can get, of course. In this round, nobody actually saved properly for the AWP. In fact, Twist looks like he's making an adjustment. He's going to be buying the AWP glass cannon. I wonder why he didn't save properly to buy this AWP. Everybody else will have the money to work with. But yeah, spending a lot of money on that second round takes out of this one. Susceptible to grenades. It's really going to be situational to see if this matters at all. They're not going to be playing with the consideration that he is glass cannon. It just might incidentally affect the round if he eats some damage. Whoa, see this heavy B lane from the CTs. They're not getting information fast enough.
Nope. They don't have the information, but maybe they've got the kills. Oh, Nock. He just lets that first one in, but BMAS is going to clear the closer corner. Rez, he has managed both of the frags here, helping out very well with what was the commitment from FaZe. Now they hold off for just the moment, bringing a player in from T-spawn. They want to come in on ramp. Issue is that bomb. It is down in the dirt, and so they can't go back fully without it. We see Ninjas trying to move over, and they do so successfully. Rez, excellent kill versus coldzera. This is the one-man hold here on the A site, and it's not going to get any easier for FaZe. They're just going to wait, hope somebody walks into the scope of Brokey. But so far, it's Rez on for the ace.
Yeah, you might actually put it together. Tetris play here. Tez looking for another fight. The exact same position. He's running low on ammo. Oh, he's getting pushed to the limit. Head tries to be ducked, and Nico still finds him. Well, it's a much better situation for FaZe already.
Yes, sir. Nico's going to take that off. Also takes the high road. If he can deal with the player towards ticket, then they can just turn attention onto connector in order to make this cross. But they've got 20 seconds left to do it, and still no CT gives them the peek they need. Nico, he's going to keep him into ticket as that bomb goes down. Molotov starts to fluster the post plant. Nico in the open, still able to get away, but doesn't land that shot. It could have made a world of difference. Now he's going to go forward. No scope headshot into Hampus. That's just unreal. And Brokey, well, he's looking to do this 1v2, but Plofsky takes him down, and we've got the Ninjas on the board.
There's where the damage mattered a lot. They dropped the Molotov onto default after forcing this specific plant. There was no other way they could put the bomb down except for CT spawn with Nico covering it. So Incendiary calls it out. The damage counts for something in the retake, and although it comes marginally close, of course, with the enough players to trade, they keep that man advantage alive and win the round. And yeah, this is a great round here from Rez to start things off. Of course, we looked at that mini map. There's 2 over towards B, 1 on Cat as well. I think there's 3 in total basically committed to the site. There were far rotates from A, and FaZe tried to take advantage of that by playing a contact play out of Palace. It was actually a perfect move by FaZe, met only by, of course, the talent of Rez to pick up the slack there for Knock. Whoa, you do not want to be running A without Palace control in this situation.
Yeah, this could really come back to bite them. They're going to have to deal with the ramp flank and a Palace player, and still, we've got Knock back here on ticket. So this is Ninjas in a perfect position to just encapsulate FaZe Clan on the A site. They're going to desperately try for the plant, and they will get away with it. Now, there is this weird world where maybe NiKo comes in from the other side of the map, but I don't know, he is too far gone. Maybe if it was an underpass to connector type play, but even as he throws himself through the window, Twist finds his first kill. Ninjas, 2 rounds right in a row.
And that looks like Twist knowing exactly what strats coming their way. So that's a beautiful round from NiP to call out all the positions. Yeah, it's actually perfect. The 2 players in Palace, 1 hangs back, 1 big flanks. Player in Palace takes his time. A ramp or CT spawn player hits the op shot as they're looking to clear under balc. Yeah, coming out full A ramp, there's a lot of holes in that. If there's anybody even on the balcony to push into halls when the execute comes out, that's a liability. So interesting choice by FaZe to try that. But NiP will have a round where they can just try to make some money. Single push actually. It's the AK pushing into halls. Bit dangerous to pull off on an eco. Don't want to leave an AK in an untradeable spot, but it seems okay right now.
Yeah, all is good. That 1 P250 for coldzera may not even find a chance. We get a little bit of damage there versus Twist, but Plopsky's pulled into the action, and FaZe are sent packing. It's the 3-0 to the 3-3 start.
And the immediate buyback. What's FaZe's plan going to be? Some interesting things. It feels like there's some mind games going on with the way that the teams are executing. FaZe calling out an NiP setup, NiP calling out a FaZe setup, kind of with both of these A takes. A really great anti-eco that comes close by FaZe. Like the thought behind it. It's actually a round that they could use on a full rifle with the first smokes on the A site and then the 2 underpass lurks. But here it's just a normal default from FaZe out towards mid. And NiP's response is to have a player ready to push Palace and 1 close A ramp. It's actually not bad for the CTs. As we can see, 4 leaning towards A.
Denying vision. Rain may very well choose to take up position in connector. And Hampus' grenade with a little bit of spam definitely does enough to confirm they're right on the other side. But he goes for the reload at the worst possible moment. And still, that's a kind of a ridiculous headshot. Oh, and another through the triple box. Rez, solid stuff here from the depths of A. 5 versus 2 is where FaZe are left. And again, they will just try to clamber into the bomb site. Last time we saw the Ninjas not give them anything, no window of an opening. However, right now they do have the chance, but Knock apparently putting up no scopes versus Brokey, and that second op swings. FaZe gonna lose the lead as Ninjas take it by 1.
Man, that reload too. And that was after they made the decision to push through connector. This could have got ugly, but man, the reactions there from Rez to blast Rain as the second player crossing, not even in vision by the time he shoots. Just goes for the flick through the box. Just beautiful stuff by him as they're trying to break into the site. Yeah, it's another pretty good setup though out the gate from NiP, and FaZe will now lean towards B on this round. A couple of flashes, just trying to Fnatic it basically.
Ooh, nice attempt. A little bit of a flying dink there, and the damage is fantastic. Obviously, just running through the fire is never a good way to keep yourself alive. But they try to fluster the CTs, and nobody seems to budge. Ninjas, they are coming into their own form here on Mirage. So far, so good. Chewing through the anti-ecos. This has looked pretty simple for the Ninjas.
Yeah, honestly, lots of good things to say so far about the CT side. And the gambles that they're making and the gambles that FaZe are making seem less effective. Would like to see that anti-force-up round on one of these rifle rounds and see how it works out. That first layer execute plus the late connector presence and see how NiP respond.
Oh, nice, Brokey. And he dodges back into the cover as well. So shutting down Hampus on the push and dodging the potential for the trade frag. Now, Plopsky's going to probably try to flash over here to get Rez out of underpass, but Rain, he's ready for it. And the flashbang hits Rez, so he made it harder than ever. Knock inside of the palace, grabs one frag, falls back towards triple stack, and he's going to rotate over. But what's FaZe's plan here? Looks like that bomb pushes into palace as Twist goes extending around on ramp. He could very well cut off all of the support for this bomb carrier.
Yeah, he could live by himself in this spot if he gets a kill. It depends if the trade comes in. Double peek on the ramp, but yeah, one's late. Bomb in the halls. Oh, smoke to help out as well. Yeah, the CTs, they have not rotated back to help him. It's an interesting spot here for NiP. They could get mid-rounded hard. Might come down to Brokey. He's fallen scoped. Yeah, he's not going to unscope here. Doesn't look like.
Knowing that there was a player on ramp, though, do they think that there's only that one man on A? Would have made sense to have had a second defender over here, but they're still staying heavier towards B. And I think BMass, him selling this fake, it's only going to solidify the ninjas on the B site. It could pull Twist over, but it seems like he seems a little wary of the Palace play, and he lets the first one out. However, the smoke now, it's meant to block off his vision, but instead he blocks off the bomb. It has been picked back up and denied a second time. Twist, his patience pans out over on that A site. It's a 6th round for the ninjas.
It's kind of a juvenile fake. You know, they just attempted to make some information, but didn't commit a person to it. Couldn't afford to, really, in the 3v3. So this round's all about Twist. He's not, you can credit him for not moving, but at the same time, he doesn't really have a reason to move with 2 teammates alive and no bomb spotted. Like, that would be foolish, right? So that's good of him to sit there, but not surprising. GG Sniper Diff. NiP just got 4 op kills on Train. Both Could and Brokey, 7 and 13 respectively. Individually got more than that on the gun. Huh. Yeah, and it was at CT side where Cold and Brokey almost every round was like 2 and 3 kills on some of these rifle rounds with the op. It definitely had tremendous impact on like the outcome of that half. The presence of the ops alone. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's just the 1 AK on Bimas. Bimas.
Good collection of grenades, though. So we'll see if FaZe can put the set piece to good work on the A site. No close defense. Nobody forcing themselves onto the ramp. Nobody underneath the palace. Just knock back on tickets. Oh my god. He just waits and waits and waits. And then, of course, it's poor Rain to get cut out of the equation. So there is still 4 Ts trying to push their way onto this A site. Knock has a smidgen of a gap, and he still manages to soften up Brokey. So much so that Twist's sidearm can take him down. But a deep T smoke meant to cut off the jungle players is what BMass now uses to move himself forward. So his AK-47 could be the difference maker. He gets that second frag, and now he's turning his attention back over towards the ticket, but he's going to get flanked out by Hampus. Hampus making the difference until Nico, well, he's moved forward and he got his hands onto the op. A deagle as well to try and play with. The bomb's so far gone, but the ninjas, they're going to stick this. Knock on top of it, defused through. Ninjas taking 7.
That was a little bit too scary. Matt, I love how Hampus is always on this lurk. This big flank comes into play. You think because of Bimass's play on the A site that they actually have a chance, but of course the lurk comes in. And that got scary. It looked like that kind of round where Nico put together the deagle kill and the op kill and clutch it out. But Ninjas used their utility so well there. The AT to drop on his head, the flash to get him out of vision, the smoke down to obscure any of the points of reference to allow for the plant. Yeah, everything worked out well. Rain, lots of damage done. Right out the start of this round onto mid control. They're pushing hard for connector. It's going to be heard. But it's just, can it be dealt with? Yeah, wow, they split up too. They fast connector and ladder room control. Wow, Hampus gets caught off guard instantly, and Rain gets his frag. They split open the map from the middle on both sides.
Yeah, and it's looking really good here for FaZe Clan, looking to break through the spree of victories for Ninjas. NiP turning his attention back, dodging the shots from Palace, but now he's inside of the flames. He's going to extinguish that, actively cutting off BMAS, who has made sound. So NiP, he has a read on this situation, and there's nobody coming in behind ramp to deal with him. So he could very well be a problem for the T side. He's drawing them in now. And with their attention turned away from Ticket, that's what could prime Plopsky to go in for his duel. But instead, he's cut back by Brokey. So NiP still having to clutch this on his own. He's gonna finally miss a shot, and coldzera punishes him for it. Twist, the last man up, nowhere near this bomb site as it's planted, and if he even moves 5 feet forward, NiKo's gonna grab him.
Man, what a shame. That was such a beautiful round from NiP. Although FaZe, in the default, they win that connector control and ladder control at the same time, NiP uses his smoke in such a way. Oh,
Very nice.
Toyed with. Of course, get that one tap kill. But NiP uses his smoke perfectly. It blocks off. He doesn't panic. He walks out to the side a little bit, drops a smoke to his right. It blocks off the player peeking from stairs, makes him scared to actually peek stairs because it's hard to tell if you have the advantage. And it allows him to also, if the sandwich drop comes in, to win that duel and a player crossing left so he can fight halls. It's really, really hard to deal with, and kind of a shame that he missed that that last shot under balcony. It's one of those rounds that is beautifully played from a positional perspective on top of a great op frag.
Whoa, NiP a little out of position, but still, what a great adjustment. Him and Twist both in with an op frag apiece. Rez, he's trying to turn his attention away from the gunfight as Hampus comes in from Ticket, and that's the 4v2. Ninjas in pajamas, double man advantage, putting FaZe Clan back into a difficult spot. It looks like they want to fall back from ramp, but they're also firing shots both from Palace and the ramp room, so they're just going to let them know exactly what's up. FaZe Clan, they want to fight. They want the aim duels. NiKo, oh yes, taps right into Hampus. Sure, the damage has been done. FaZe Clan barely alive, but they are still fighting. NiKo will go to his final breath. And as they have now got it into the 2 versus 2, realizing there's 50 seconds left, they actually have open options.
Dude, it's just the health. Oh, it makes it hard to do a lot. The NiKo, he doesn't even want to commit too hard to that fight. Just tried to get a free frag if possible. Broke in the 1-on-2 with an op. You know, it's unlikely for sure, but it looks like he'll get a free plant and he can play anywhere he wants. So let's see this mind work, Brokey. What are you going to attempt? And it seems like he's hoping there was one on the site. All that'll do maybe is drag the CTs closer. Whoa, it looks like they don't even properly hear the plant. Yeah, the number 7 man is still over on A.
So Brokey's going to take that position back on bench. He's going to peek into the door, and he is no more. Plopsky finishing that one. It was minimal health there for Brokey, but considering at one point in this very same round, we had him and NiKo in that 2 versus 4 on A, completely outnumbered, and by what looked like it, stuck in a gunfight. They did a good job of making something out of nothing, and it's at least a bit more money for FaZe Clan. But Ninja's doubling up the round count. This 8-4 lead on the CT side, that's pretty big.
Yeah, NiKo's looking terrifying, and he's not even having like an unbelievable series so far. I mean, he had like almost 90 ADR last match. It's just, you know, for NiKo, he's in the same realm as, you know, Device and Simple. So him to do that is almost expected, sadly. Rain once again, early damage, trying to get out mid. Break grenade's been placed, and Hampus pulls off this push one more time.
He's going to double it back, immediately looking to hang on to this 5 versus 4. It costs them barely any utility. It costs them 0 health.
He is really stopping the problem before it starts.
Yep, a big time. But NiKo, he's been causing problems once the rounds have already started. So let's see if he can crack open a couple more heads here. It's being watched by Plopsky. Oh my goodness.
God, you're serious?
He just swings right in.
Too. Yeah.
Now it's going to be Rez at bat, dropping bomb and falling back beneath the palace. So even with NiKo doing the unthinkable, it's still not easy here for FaZe. Rez, he's going to get pressured and pummeled by utility, taking a little bit of damage. Nice adjustment there to the head of Rain. Very quick execution as Hampus takes another one. This 13th round looking like it belongs to the Ninjas. Brokey, a little bit desperate here, shooting through the floorboards and pushed back on his op.
Another beautiful hold from Rez. And I'm seeing shades of Golden from Hampus as the IGL. He plays quite aggressively, goes for these big, long flanks. He trusts his aim, even though that's not technically why he's on this team. It's not that he's a bad player. Of course he's not. Obviously very high frag in IGL from what we're seeing right now. But yeah, he does a lot of these things by himself, which is kind of like Golden in some way, which is kind of interesting. Brokey, he'll get that exit before time ticks down. And he is an endangered species being hunted right now. Does not want to lose the op by any means. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Great movement from Rez, dropping down like a slinky on a staircase. Super clean, super smooth, and he's been crispy on A. Even when he comes out of that smoke, a player peeks jungle, instant headshot.
NiKo running down to the connector already. Look at the confidence of NiKo here, just boiling over. And with some of the headshots he's hit on that AK, I don't blame him. So I'm very excited to see what he can do with this op. Looking to jackknife the A site, but clearly FaZe not playing too fast because that bomb's still back towards spawn. Just spreading across the map to start. And they've actually gotten some pretty significant control of it all. Inside of the top of connector, we have NiKo down at the bottom of mid, completely clear. And it's not like we've got Plopsky back on the market bench, just kind of holding murder hole either. This is a lot of room for FaZe to work with, but they haven't figured that out yet.
Man, it's always scary when teams are leaving this window open because, yeah, they're living in NiP's head rent-free right now. Twist spotting from CT spawn. They have to come back and watch it. It's dangerous for Plopsky. You saw how he died last round. Whoa, that misses Twists? I don't even know how. That looked like it was directly on him. 3 in connector, though. The information is there. And so the repeak's actually in. There's a chance that he gets a kill. Oh, but he gets caught on the fallback. NiKo outplays Twist.
Let's see if Rain can do one. He spots the body behind the default, so yes, sir. He executes him with ease. The answer back is knocked. Done and dusted. He was trying to hit him from the Tetris. But now, with 20 seconds left, it's Plopsky and Hampus 2 versus 4, and they drop the bomb. Oh, boy. Hampus, he's going to get shut down by BMAS, so Plopsky with everything to do here, switching over to the sniper. He's going to expose himself a bit over towards the ramp, and NiKo shuts him down. It doesn't matter if it's AKs or ops. NiKo's hitting headshots today.
You got to appreciate that NiKo, he waits on this angle for the entire time. It's a beautiful shot, but he was so patient just to sit there the entire time that Twist was fighting. Trust his teammates to try to bait out the shot on the left side. And again, I think they're preying on the fear of not having window room control by NiP. I think that was pretty scary for them. Twist had to go back to CT spawn to make sure they weren't getting flanked on top of finding a new spot. And that's why this map control is so important for the T's.
Ooh. Rain lucky to be alive.
Yeah, dude, Rez has a voracious appetite today. He has been doing so much for NiP on the A site.
Hampus gets burned out of position. Rez can still hold above. And oh my god, he's not watching that smoke. So Rain, he sprints right through, even with minimal health, able to get one. Then NiKo trades positions with him, and BMAS is going to close that gap. He's got the bomb, and it's going to go down. 4 versus 3 now. coldzera right on the side of the stairs. He just gut stuffs Twist through what was the fading smoke. So Nock and Plopsky all that's left. And they peek right into the sandwich hold from coldzera. He is looking crisp. And Plopsky, well, another post-plant retake attempt. It is the final round of the half, so he's going to have to give it his all. And nobody seems to want to face him. He has 3 bullets when he goes for the peek, and it only takes 1. Brokey shutting it down. FaZe Clan, 6 rounds on this CT side as they'll start that second half after the break. Join us in a moment.
Lately I've been reminiscing, Thinking about our time, wondering if the feeling's real or is it all just in my mind? Cause you never gave me nothing, you just left without a trace. And your touch left me guessing, trying to fill this empty space. But I said I'm not gonna let this break me. I said I'm not gonna let it say. I said I'm not gonna let this break me. No. Tell me that you think about him, even in our private time. And tell me when you say my name, was it really him on your mind? I don't know how you do it, pretending like you care, and questioning my intention. How could you say, how could you dare? But I said I'm not gonna let this break me. I said I'm not gonna let it say. I said I'm not gonna let this break me. No, no. I don't normally go on this way, but I never been hurt like this. Now I understand what they mean when they say that love's a bitch. Well, I guess I'm only human, and I'm bound to make mistakes. I've been this way for way too long. There's only so much I can take. But I said I'm not gonna let this break me. I said I'm not gonna let it say. I said I'm not gonna let this break me. No, no. Said I'm not gonna let this break me. Said I'm not gonna let it say. Said I'm not gonna let this break me.
Leading by 3 rounds, the Ninjas in Pajamas still not favored by the Betway odds, but considering the way they were dismantled on Train, I think we may have a game on our hands. Don't forget that it took them 3 maps versus Vitality to get here. And now? Well, now they've got a chance. It's the second pistol coming in hot. We've got tons of flashbangs, and by tons I mean 3, here for the Ninjas at B.
Yeah, could certainly be more than you need.
Start to go over. Knock.
Window cross, yeah, they're out fast.
Real quick, lickety split. 2 headshots instantly here for the Ninjas. Let's see if the CTs can clamor back. Not good so far. Everybody goes down with just the 1 kill on BMAS. So Rain crossing over through the spam of the market window. It's gonna need the most beautiful 1 versus 4 you have ever seen. And he's just getting peppered from all directions. He's brought the salt. Rain peeks out, and that is it. Hampus ready for the headshot. Ninjas in Pajamas taking 10 double digits early for the T side.
I like the approach on the execute. The smoke takes a long time to land in front of the window, but it's just meant for the rotator. So they decide not to let it. Plume first, execute with the flashbangs. And I think when you see the smokes, you might pull out some counter utility. FaZe end up eating the flashbangs. NiP take it quick. And yeah, again, B is just being very susceptible these days to rounds like that. Once you get out, that's just when it gets terrifying. And this round, FaZe have decided to stack 4 on a connector. NiP approaching for the low ground, but yo, it's easy for Hampus.
Hell yeah. He's just going to keep this one moving as well. Little smoke grenade for jungle as his teammates decide to pinch out from ramp. So hitting this A site from all directions, and Brokey knows he's got to go. That scout and MP9 can still be saved. Why not use it in the third?
Yeah, they win this clean. It'll be a recycled couple of guns. NiP, they went ahead and bought up mostly AKs, though, knowing the CT side force was coming in. So that it's actually great for them, of course, that they don't lose anybody. They would like to have gotten more kills with the MAC-10, of course, but they can weaponize Twist as an entry fragger versus full guns versus pistols, whatever it is. We're seeing this kind of 4 AK, 4 rifle, MAC-10 buy come in more and more often, especially on Inferno. But of course, it goes for all the same standards of the MAC-10 apply across all maps. You know, you have more move speed. You're encouraged to run and shoot at the same time. You literally can jump and shoot at the same time. You're only 1,000 value target. I mean, with your armor and your nades, you know, 3,000. But you're incentivized to keep running in, keep creating space because you want to get as close to your targets as possible. So there's some benefits the MAC-10 the AK doesn't even have.
Variety, the spice of life. And we can apply that to Counter-Strike nowadays. Real fun. We get the flashbangs through the smoke on Catwalk. There is a gap just above that, so they start to shoot through connector, but it looks like a second smoke pops, and BMAS, well, he wants to go to the top of mid. He actually cuts off one of the riflemen, and that's going to be a great upgrade from the MP9. Now that P250 on B coupled with the Scout hasn't done too much, but Brokey does connect one, and he sees another, but he can't do anything about res. Good thing for BMAS, he's doubled back from the top of mid, and now we've got the FaZe clan in a prime position, but Hampus starts to claw this one back under control, and it's going to take a wrap back through market. All 3 CTs have decided to come through this position, and Hampus, he almost lines them up. He does substantial damage to Rain, but Plopsky maintains a chance for NiP in the clutch. He's looking all around him, but he doesn't think for a moment that both of these members of FaZe clan are still inside the market. How do they bounce out? Looks like they're just going to run out dry. They don't have the utility to deny his vision. Plopsky swings wide, still watching flank, still not suspecting BMAS to be all the way back on market, but now he may know. BMAS crouches right in, and he takes that headshot. He takes the 3K, and he takes FaZe a 7th round.
Oh, it's an entire read there from BMAS. Here he comes out crouched, holding on to this one specific angle, knowing Plopsky's going to want to take this fight, and the shadow advantage is there for Plopsky. He still wins the duel. I can't believe they actually pulled it out on a round like this. It looked so good at the beginning, but of course, you know, this MP9 kill is enormous. The scout frags coming in, shutting down mid control, and Plopsky, he has another thing coming. You know, that's a fight he was happy to take. He'd take that fight 10 times out of 10. FaZe pull it back after losing the first force up. Oh, but an opening off frag goes the way of Twist. It looks like there was a bit of a shoulder bait that came in, but Twist did not bite. He might not have been there in time. So, what are the consequences? Mid is kind of cracked open. Yeah, puts FaZe in a more vulnerable position.
Ooh, nice. Coldzera able to catch one in the window, so something for FaZe here in the 19th round. While Nico still stares down through A, Twist could find timing here. Coldzera, nice flick shot just through the tippity top of the smoke. It's all falling onto the shoulders of the new kid on the block, and it looks like he might save. So Ninja's gunning for that 5-round lead on the T side, looking to reverse sweep this series to keep themselves going in DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. He's being pressured from all directions. And down he goes at the end. So no weapons saved here for the CT side, and as said, a 5-round lead.
Twist has been such a clutch opper. I mean, literally winning clutches mostly with the op, but also these important mid-round frags. Here's a third one through the smoke, barely spotting the head of Coldzera on that jump up. Could have easily died and no one would have batted an eyelash, but yeah, Twist is hitting all the important shots. NiP 12 rounds. They're kind of through the thick of it here. They're going to move on to 13 most likely. It's an eco for FaZe. FaZe have only won an eco so far this half. This is definitely still NiP's game to lose. I don't want to drop any kills if they can avoid. I'm holding on to pushes on all parts of the map now. Knock almost rewarded with an A-ramp push. Looks like he's got the other staircase to work with.
So close.
Here he jumps and gets shot out of the sky. No, okay.
Yeah, he's going to extend upwards. Sees a second one as well. All the while, Rez taking bodies off of Catwalk. So slowly but surely, the Ninjas gearing up towards that B bomb site. But 2 frags coming off of A. I mean, they have options fully open. Just need to dodge these deagles for the last 50 seconds.
Yeah, we know FaZe are going to play very reactively on their CT side. They're super fluid. It's really hard to read their setup sometimes because of how much each of their players moves a lot from position to position. And that's why it'll be an unknown quantity for NiP moving into this next round as to how FaZe are going to try to play it. And
nice.
No headshot for him, yeah. And I mean, yeah, it's just to reiterate, you know, Ninjas, they don't have the same level of talent as FaZe, but they certainly have enough to keep up, especially if anybody's having a slightly off day. The frag count is quite high for some of their important players. Cool to see Hampus up there, 20 and 12 already. That's the Coney scoreline.
Oh, Brokey. Okay. Just gets into cover. Nico actually spams one through the smoke, so it looked like Brokey was going to be in a bit of a tricky position, but Nico helps him out. And Rez, well, he's just going to crab walk right out from ramp, just executes Rain in the depths of the firebox. Rez trying to keep eyes above the staircase here. Bomb on his back, and he only has 10 HP left to work with. I mean, that just goes to show you how close it was for Rain. However, the Ninjas, they fall silent. And they do still have that insurance policy in mid. Plopsky, he could find timing through the window. Nobody's actually keeping eyes on him. But there is a player in Nico going down to check, perhaps, flirting with the idea of middle or A. Plopsky's going to hear the audibles. He definitely just heard Brokey move back.
What do they know from this? We've got enough utility to, like, wait. I actually really like this from NiP. The op is a problem, though, in CT spawn. They get caught off guard by this. Nice jump. Yeah.
Hampus finds that great timing. Shaves one off of the ticket.
Oh, Brokey.
Now
plops literally to the fire.
He's going to come in from connector, and they've cleared out the ticket. So knowing that somebody had left probably serves for Plopsky to come in here on the numbers, but the waiting game was fantastic for Ninjas. And, you know, we were kind of waiting for that trigger. Somebody had to do something in order for them to take it, and it's Hampus jumping on top of Firebox to peel a player off of the ticket. He never saw that one coming. And it is a beautiful Ninjas in Pajamas doubling up.
Can we see what that looked like from Brokey's perspective? I have a feeling he was flashed in spawn. I didn't see it, but if he, you know, he took 100 damage to a Molotov in CT. And if that was a combination, I mean, that's the perfect way to deal with an opper. That would have been beautiful. But I'm not sure how he lost all 100 health to that Molotov or incendiary alone. But yeah, love how NiP, they press up, they take a really scary amount of map control within the A site, but they don't overextend. They force FaZe to make a mistake. And again, FaZe, they like to play fluid. They move around a lot. They seek out information. They try not to play scared on CT side. And as soon as they do, they get punished. This is a pure AK versus M4 situation.
They jump up versus Cold, and here's Brokey.
Oh no, he just has no I mean, okay. Well, no excuses for Brokey there. Not exactly sure how that happens. He could hear the Molotov the entire time. He was just trying to slightly move out of it to get one kill. Maybe survive with 1 HP. Probably thought he was dead to Palace no matter what.
Yeah, really wanted a kill on Palace. Oh, but another one. Hampus. Good for the headshots. Good for peeling the players off of the A site. Nico's spray is great. And Cold Zera, well, his Deagle has also found a victim here in the 22nd round. So FaZe Clan, they've got a man advantage here to keep Ninjas off of securing 15. But we saw the Ninjas slow down in a mid-round just previously. They could very well do it yet again. Cold Zera going to take a shot through the side of the door, but Twist extends. He didn't expect Cold to peek back knowing he was low HP, and they will be able to trade it. So a 2 versus 4 turned 2 versus 3. Options open as BMAS pushes B. Knock, he's going to catch him. Headshot connects. And now that bomb carrier, well, he's kind of stuck still in mid. So let's see if Knock can do anything else here on the B site. Maybe he draws all the rotations. Maybe that bomb slid on the A. 40 seconds left over. He gets another kill up close. Last member for FaZe is Nico. 18 and 15 peaks and shut down. Knock, the absolute difference maker. He had a stellar showing on Train, and he doesn't slow down on Mirage. 21 frags.
Yeah, he welcomes himself into the 20 club with this round, and it's an important one at that. I mean, this could have come close for sure. Nice heads-up play. He has great awareness about exactly where the positions will be in these weird, awkward mid-rounds where people are lurking around. It's always keeping a great inventory, and we're seeing an auto sniper out of twists on the A ramp. Op shot from Nico top mid. Whoa, knock is gone. Is this auto getting dropped? Yeah.
Nice. Rain.
Jesus.
Swinging wide on the staircase. Double M4A1S headshots. And that's what you get for buying an auto sniper. You know, karma.
You usually, yeah, I mean, you almost always die in an undignified way when you buy an auto sniper. It looks like maybe NiP are having too much fun. I mean, it's a strong weapon to spam CT spawn, like no kidding. I mean, honestly, you know, with how good teams are getting, I've heard Henry talk about this. It feels like it's gonna come back into play. I can see it. You know, the only problem is it's so expensive, but it's dead accurate on no scopes. It's semi-automatic and basically an AWP. I mean, 2-shot kill, any distance.
Sure does a lot of damage.
Yeah, much scarier on the T side though, of course.
CT side.
But yeah. I mean, scarier to use, but yeah.
You know what's scary, Blonders? Plopsky, because he just runs through mid this round. And he's looking to catch up to some of his teammates who are showing a bit better at the moment. But Plopsky, he's in that playmaker position. coldzera right there. Plopsky has a great read on it. Oh, and the third. Plopsky looking to be the nail in the coffin. They're going to start wrapping around onto the B site. BMAS pinned in, empty-handed knock takes him down. And Brokey, who showed us great things on Train, well, he is 9-16 here on Mirage, and it looks like NiP are going to take it. A convincing bounce back on their opponent's map choice. This is the third time in 2 days that we have had these playoff series show teams trading map picks only to lead to an awesome third decider. So let's hope that's what we get with these two.
Yeah, we could totally, especially considering how the veto went. Now, avoiding nuke, I think could have been a clown fiesta for both teams. That was insane. And NiP are one of the teams that have traded map picks in the past. So this could be a really, really insane series now that we have Mirage out of the way. NiP look confident. Don't know if they bought the auto sniper because they misbought or because they bought it for fun. But now they're back in the game. They're back in the game.
Yeah, I mean, at the end result, you know, auto sniper aside, I'm sure NiP did just have fun. They gave FaZe a good old whooping here on Mirage, and now they're going to take us to Inferno. So we'll have the analysts after the break, and then the two of us will see you guys on that decider.